Dear friends, today I would like to share some of the information and interesting things about ham radio operation. Many of the people are under the opinion and equating ham radio with the cell communication. But we are not supposed to equate the cell communication with the ham radio. Ham radios, it's not a simple device to have, it's not a communication device. It is a challenging hobby in which you can explore the things. There are many things, many advantages are associated with this hobby. Whereas with a cell phone, there are some limitations. Only it will works wherever the towers are there. But there are many places where cell communication can't reach. It's very impossible to imagine. For example, mid of the sea or Mount Everest, on the hilltop of Mount Everest, and Antarctica, and in the space, particularly in the space, a pilot from the mid air to ground, he cannot able to communicate without using wireless communication. So all these things are based on these wireless devices. Another interesting aspect of ham radio is space communication. A ham radio operator can be allowed to communicate a person in the space. This space communication, satellite communication, was started when the first satellite was launched. Immediately after some time, hams are ham radio satellites have been put into the orbit. Ham communication has started. Oscar 1 orbital satellite carrying amateur radio. Of course, maybe it's a very, very light, something like 10 pounds. And today, facilities are extended to the ham radio operators to have a communication directly with the International Space Station astronauts. In fact, all the astronauts, it is a mandatory for the astronauts to take ham radio license so that they can directly talk to the people from the international station while orbiting around the earth. It is for them, it is a opportunity to talk the people directly on the ground and to exchange to, and they can study the propagation conditions. And the similar manner, it is an opportunity to ham radio operators to directly interact with the astronauts on the air so that they can exchange the reports. The International Space Station, which operates at the altitude of 408 kilometers, and it revolves around the Earth for every 90 minutes. Around 90 minutes, it will covers one rotation. In the similar manner, roughly it rotates around the Earth every day around 15 to 16 times. And ham radio operators on the earth, they are having opportunity to communicate with them every day 4 to 5 times. It all depends upon the orbit in which the International Space Station is passing through. The International Space Station travels at the speed of 25,000 kilometers, so that on the ground station, the ham operators will have an opportunity of communicating with the astronauts for 10 minutes time, 10 minutes. In the developed countries like US, England, and Russia, there the students will be encouraged to have direct interaction with the astronauts. That means ham radio operators, local ham radio volunteers, they will go to the colleges and schools and they will establish the ham radio station, and students will be allowed to directly ask questions to astronauts. It is very interesting for the students, and the students they will be asking many questions about how they are, how it looks like seeing from the International Space Station window, how the Earth looks like, and whether they can have the facility of internet and other things, interesting things will ask. At that same time, astronauts also will ask, interact with the students, and it's something, it's a motivation, and students will have interest on the science and mathematics and space technology. Ultimately, these students, Chinese students, will turn out, when the time comes, they will turn out to be very big space engineers. So objective is to create, to motivate them towards the science. And normally this uh, communication um, can be, the frequency of this operation is International Space Station 145.80 megahertz. That is International Space Station transmitting frequency. We can receive the signal on 145.80, and the International Space Station receives the signal on 145.20 megahertz. So that means the station on the ground they have to transmit on 145.20. And in one occasion in Vijayawada, um, when when International Space Station completes 20 years of time, as a token of uh, a special program was conducted, in which International Space Station, they have planned to send 20 images through slow scanning television. Slow scanning television is something, it's a very interesting aspect of ham radio. um, they will be continuously sending the signal at the ground station with some software available to the ham radio operators who are available. Any operator can easily download this program through the internet, which is available, is a free software. And some sort of signal that will be transmitted from the space to the ground, audio signal. The picture photograph, it will be converted as audio signal, and these audio signals can be transmitted through ham radio equipment which is on the board. So at the ground station, these audio signals will be picked up, and when it is given to any computer devices, even a smartphone also, it will convert the picture. So this is an opportunity to directly receive the signals from the ground station, from the international station. It's only this facility is available to the ham radio operators, can directly receive the signal, and at a time they can also talk to them also. In Vijayawada, we have arranged a program to create interest among the students, and its thing is, all the students, which includes the college professors and even principal also, whole time up to night 3:30 waited and could directly able to see the operation from the ground station to International Space Station, how the signals can be transmitted. All these things were observed. It has created a lot of interest in the students, and many students later they have turned out to be ham operators by writing the examination. And this is another interesting thing I would like to share.